Wynn Henwood, an offensive lineman, 6'2", 232, will get us underway tonight. He's got the ball on the tee. Cole Danielson awaits at the 4. David Miller ahead to his left. Ben Carls ahead to his right. Playoff football is underway from Hamilton. Let's try Appleton. Thinking about a play in Minneapolis. This is Danielson trying to split through a couple, and he's out across the 25 to the 26. 22-yard return for Cole Danielson. Raiders a start 1st and 10, 26.
Peter, Mary, and Claudia and Elias, greetings from Australia tonight. Dan Zuli, born in Australia. We're watching you and your amazing team and wishing you good luck for tonight's game. It's 2 a.m. there, but they are staying up to watch the Raiders. Your friends in Austria, not Australia, Austria. So the middle of the night there, thank you for tuning in.
Lutkins in motion across the formation. They swing it out quickly. This is Danielson. Danielson tries to cut back. He's hit at the 30, dives ahead to about the 34. It's about a 7-yard gain, maybe 8. Let's give him 8. So it sets up 2nd and short here for Hudson.
Well, that's the missing element I think we need tonight, is to have a big game from senior Cole Danielson.
Quickly to the line. Hilterbrand keeps. He's got a 1st down, and he is across the 40. He's out to the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 7. And quickly to the line, and we haven't seen Hudson play this fast in several weeks.
And I think maybe that's something they focused on in practice, is just to speed it up, get into that positive offensive flow. They were 3 and out last week, opening possession against Chippewa Falls.
Again, Lutkins in motion. Again, the pass to Danielson. This time he is hit and spun down, and almost immediately making the tackle that time before the Lightning was Nathan Small.
I want to say hello to TJ Baranek. Go Raiders. He's tuning in from Okinawa, Japan. Coach Dan Weiland is an old friend of mine. We went to Pewaukee High School together. Being able to stream these games is great. So we got Japan and we got Austria tuned in tonight. Glad to have you.
Danielson in motion. Quick slant. Carls reaches behind him. He's got it. And then he is taken down immediately. Terrell Williams the stop. But a gain of 7. Hilterbrand a 3 for 3 to start the night.
Joe, I really like offensively what I'm seeing in this opening possession tonight. Now, that being said, we have to convert this 3rd down.
Danielson motions into the backfield. Now he'll go back as a slot receiver left. He is inside of Charlie Pierce on that side. Danielson again in motion. They'll run the option. A quick pitch. Danielson cuts it upfield, and he is going to be close to a 1st down. He should have the 1st down as he is in Lightning territory to the 47.
I love what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the Cole Danielson that we saw in the first half of the season. The blocking was there. Offensive line play so far much improved from last week.
Gain of 5 on the play. Hilterbrand to throw, guns it out, has his man Charlie Pierce. He turns upfield, tries to stiff arm a man who hangs on for dear life and finally does take him down defensively. That was Tyler Beerling. But again, positive yardage for the Raiders in 2nd and short. 2nd and we'll call it 2.
Charlie Pierce is really the number 2 guy as the go-to guy with Carls being first. But Charlie Pierce, the senior, has had a very nice season himself and got open that time, had a nice game.
Matt McDevitt also on the field. He is the receiver to the far side. Ben Carls, the slot near side inside of Pierce. Danielson motions to the near side. Hilterbrand forced out of the pocket. Now just throws it away. And it'll be 3rd and 2 Raiders.
Andre the Giant couldn't have caught that one, but he was being chased out of the pocket and just threw it out of bounds and avoided the turnover. Another key 3rd down coming up as we say hello to Rick Mellum. He's tuning in from Tampa, Florida tonight. He's from the Hudson class of 1972. Rick, we've heard from him several times this year. Glad to have him on board. And Jim Blyer has an email questioning about the playoffs. We'll get to that shortly.
3 receivers near side. Hilterbrand will run. He has the 1st down and plenty more. Runs over a defender to the 25 and taken down at the 22. A gain of 19 and a first down.
That's that aggressiveness that we just didn't see a lot of last week. Helterbrand's been doing it all season long. You see how he lowers his shoulder. This is a quarterback, mind you. You know, taking on defenders one-on-one, having to have 2 and 3 and guys bring him down. Nice run.
1st and 10, Raiders from the 22. Pitch, Danielson looking for a hole, cuts back at the 20. Lowers the shoulder and drives ahead. We'll see where they spot it. Again, a nice gain. We'll give him 5. It's 2nd and 5 Raiders.
Well, this Raider team here, we were wondering how they're going to come out. Were they going to come out flat coming off that loss? I think tonight, particularly defensively, we need to play mean and angry. I really do. You know, we need to be the aggressor and dictate tempo, and I love what I'm seeing on this opening drive.
Danielson's helmet came off. He's got to leave for a play. Sage Lewis comes in to replace him. Lutkins in motion. They fake the handoff to Miller, and Helterbrand gets down to the 15-yard line, maybe a touch inside. That'll set up 3rd and 2 for the Raiders.
Jim Blyer asked, how do the playoffs work this year? Does a winning first-round away team get a home game, or does the higher seed continue at home in the second round? The higher team continues in the second round. The WIA used to do that different, caught a lot of flack. I never liked that rule. I think they're just playing it straight out. Higher seeds get the home field as it should be.
I will second that. I believe you are correct in that explanation. Thanks for the email, Jim. Lutkins in motion on 3rd and 2. Slant, and that was behind the intended target. That'll set up 4th and 2, and now decision time. Go for the points or keep things deep.
Well, we've seen a good kicking game this year out of Zula. You know what? They're going to go for the kick. Now that is a departure from what Hudson traditionally has been doing this year. That shows some confidence.
Ben Carls will attempt a 32-yard attempt. Easton Bell into the holder. Crosswind right to left. The kick is up, and it is no good. The wind didn't help it enough. It is wide right. So a good opening drive comes up empty for the Raiders. We'll be back after these messages.
Shoot. That's the first time in all season in a situation like that we didn't go for it.
Yeah, and I thought it was the right call.
To kick?
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah.
It looked good from here. Well, I'm at a weird angle, though. What was it, right or left?
Right. Not much.
Okay. Awful quick here.
7:32 to play in the opening quarter. First possession here for the Lightning. They'll hand it off. And a trying up the middle. Carry that time went to Ian Latch. And Latch out to about the 18, a gain of 3.
Well, Coach Cowles electing to go for the field goal, a very makeable field goal. Unfortunately, Carls did not knock it down, so we still have a scoreless game, but a very impressive opening drive nonetheless.
Empty backfield. Quickly thrown out. This is Watson. Watson cuts to the outside. He's got a Lightning first down as he steps out of bounds and into the Lightning bench. They spotted at the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 11.
Again, keep those emails coming in. So many nice emails, and thank you each and every one of you from wherever you're tuning in from tonight. I know we have a large contingent that did not want to make the long trip over to Appleton, watching back home in Hudson, and thank you for spending your Friday night with us.
Watson in motion. They hand it off to Latch right up the middle, and Latch powers his way out to about the 39. Looks like they'll spot him at the 40. Gain of 5 on the play. Ian Latch, the leading rusher for the Lightning this year with 566 yards. Patrick Watson, who caught the pass, their leading yardage receiver. 2nd and 5, straight drop. They set up a little screen, swung out. This is Watson. Watson makes the first man miss down the sideline. He makes the second miss, and he's off to the races. 61 yards for Patrick Watson, and the Lightning are on the board.
Just kind of a curl pattern, just a screen pass, and was able to get out in the flat and just run away from the blockers. And by the time the defensive secondary shifted off to the left side of the field, you know, he had several steps on him, and they were unable to catch him, and Hudson finds themselves down in a hole early.
And a couple of defenders kind of ran into each other, that last line of defense, and after that it was just simply Watson racing to the end zone. So a rough start defensively, but as Henwood hammers through the extra point. And with 6:18 left to play in the opening quarter, it is Appleton North 7, Hudson nothing. Back after this. 7-0 Lightning, and Quinn Henwood will put the ball on the tee once again for the Lightning. Only 4 plays to go, 80 yards. Patrick Watson, 2 receptions of 72 yards. I mentioned he led the team with 431 receiving yards. That is his 6th receiving touchdown. He also has 8 on the ground.
Well, Joe, your observation, I think, were right on. Just defensively, we were not able to rotate fast enough. And it was a well set up play, and he just took it to the house.
Strong kick. Danielson from the 1, kind of tiptoed the goal line right up the middle of the field. Has a little seam. And he again is out across the 25 and out to the 28. So Hudson, who came up empty after a decent first drive, gets the ball back trailing 7-0 here in the opening quarter.
Well, you know, we had a very impressive opening drive, but the bottom line is you got to score points, and we elected to go for it on fourth, or elected to go for the field goal on 4th and short. It was a makeable field goal, but Carl's was not able to put it down, but just continued to do what they did in the opening drive here, move the ball, and a nice mix of passing and running, and it looked good.
Straight drop, Helterbrand throws it again behind Ben Carls. Hunter Lutkins in the area as well. It'll be 2nd and 10.
We're going to have scores coming in here throughout the night, and the 3 other games in this section. Number 1, Bayport taking on De Pere, and we'll be updating Chippewa Falls at the trip to Kimberly. We'll be updating those scores here.
Hilterbrand rolls downfield, and it is caught.
All right.
Beautiful catch by Carls, and that is a gain of 11 and a first down for the Raiders.
Oh, it's tough, and Carls is getting up, and he is limping significantly when right off the sideline. That's going to be tough. Looked like his right ankle. He's trying to walk it off here. I'm seeing him over there. We can ill afford to lose Ben Carls.
Hand off to David Miller. Miller off the left side of the line. Powers his way up to the 43 before he's driven backwards. Give him 3 on the carry. 2nd and 7, Hudson.
And David Miller's been the second guy out of the backfield behind Cole Danielson. Had a decent season. Had a couple real nice runs at Eau Claire Memorial a few weeks ago.
Again, it's Miller up the middle, and Miller finally stood up and driven back, but forward progress will give him the 48. That's a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 2 now for Hudson.
And we find ourselves in 3rd and short here a few times. Almost to midfield. We had good starting field position after a decent return by Cole Danielson. Is it Carl's coming back in here?
That's Tyler
No, he's not.
Stubendick.
Nope. We haven't seen him a lot this year.
3 receivers to the near side. Stubendick, the outside man. They fake the handoff. It's Hilterbrand up the middle. He's into Lightning territory. That's a first down for Hudson and a gain of 4 for Kaiser Hilterbrand.
Well, that quarterback draw play, they've been running it to perfection all year. He's the leading ground gainer, almost 2,300 yards total, 800 yards of that on the ground. A lot of it through plays like that.
Option pitch to Danielson. Danielson, and now he's free down the sideline, cuts back and gets tripped up at the 30. They'll spot it at the 29. Gain of 19 for Danielson.
Love it. Love the play call. Cole Danielson, when he gets out in the open, he's got great moves. He's got good size, and I'm liking what I'm seeing out of him so far this first quarter.
They fake to Miller. The option pitch this way to Danielson. Danielson cuts it back up the middle, dives inside the 20, very close to another Hudson first down. And they do signal first down, gain of 10. The chains move once again for the Raiders. 7 first downs here in the opening quarter.
Tremendous. And there, as you mentioned earlier, in that hurry-up offense, quick to the line of scrimmage, and the plays are called.
The pass is caught. Hunter Lutkin's on the receiving end. He's down to about the 12 before he spun back. Gain of 8 on the play. Well, I guess we'll call it 7. 2nd and 3 coming.
And the Raiders, just like they did in the opening drive, into the red zone to see if they can seal the deal this time. Came up empty last possession.
They fake to Miller. Helterbrand keeps now pitches. Danielson right down the sideline. He is to the goal line and in. Touchdown Raiders.
Well, I talked about in pregame how I was hoping they would feature Cole Danielson, and he has played a significant role here so far in these 2 opening drives with great success, and we're an extra point away from tying this one up.
A very effective 72-yard touchdown drive for the Raiders has them to within 7-6. Ben Carl's on to attempt the extra point. And his kick is good. We've got 3:54 to play in the opening quarter. Your score, Hudson 7, Appleton North 7. Back after this. 7-7 our score here in Appleton, but this is just one of 5 Big Rivers playoff games taking place this weekend. John, I think you got some scores for us.
Well, in this section, we're watching for Bayport, Kimberly, and Neenah. We have an update. Kimberly 7-0 over Chippewa Falls. Kimberly, the number 2 seed. Menominee, fellow Big Rivers Menominee, which slipped to a number 6 seed, which I don't agree with. 7-6 over Pulaski. Rice Lake, all over Hayward early, 14-0. My former school, the Hayward Hurricanes, got in the playoffs with a phenomenal 3-6 record.
And the 5th team, Chippewa Falls, they win last week, get to 5-4, and they're rewarded with a trip to Kimberly
with against 4-time defending state champion Kimberly.
Short kick, and on the return across the 41-yard line is a Devin Blom. The 5th Big Rivers team in the playoffs, River Falls. They're waiting until tomorrow to start their postseason.
They are. They're playing a Kaukauna team, and actually Kaukauna is the only playoff team that this Appleton North team defeated. They're Division II. Kaukauna was 5-4 on the year, and congratulations to a phenomenal River Falls season, 8-1 and Big Rivers Conference champs this year. I think they'll do well tomorrow.
3 receivers right. Great starting field position here for the Lightning. Tied at 7. It took them only 4 plays to travel 80 yards on their first possession. Hand off to Latch, and Latch hit, drives ahead for a gain of about 2. Jonah Becken finished him off.
Well, we talked about it in pregame. We need those big guys in the trenches, Cade McDonald and the rest of them there, to really put up the stone wall, because they got beaten pretty good against Chippewa Falls last week physically.
Empty set this time for Robinson, the quarterback. With time, steps up in the pocket, looking for some room to run, and he is converged upon and taken down, no gain. Cade McDonald, the first one to him.
Quentin Bates also coming up and getting a hit on there. Good pressure that time, forced the Lightning into 3rd and long.
First time the Lightning face 3rd down here this evening, 3rd and 8 from their 43-yard line. Watson, the lone setback as Latch now goes slot right and comes back in motion to the near side. They fake to him, rolling right, stepping up with some room to run. Robinson has the first down into Hudson territory, picks up a great block down the sideline, and Robinson steps out inside the Hudson 30-yard line.
Boy, we had him bottled up even for a loss, but give credit where credit's due. He saw an opening, shot off to the left side, and then down, got a good block out in front of him, and that block created an extra 10 yards at least. And they started in very good field position anyway, and now they're knocking on the door again.
29-yard gain that time for Robinson. 1st and 10 for the Lightning. Latch in motion, handoff Watson, and Watson gets hit. Jonah Becken takes him down after a gain of about 2.
Jonah Becken, 6'3", 225-pound senior outside linebacker. He laid the wood on that one. Boom.
Boy, Watson kind of cut right into him. I was surprised you didn't see 6'2", 235.
I don't know how you missed that, but he won't make that mistake again.
Latch now the running back on 2nd and 8. He takes the handoff right up the middle, and he's got a nice hole, and he dives down to the 21-yard line. That's a gain of 6. 3rd and 2 coming.
Well, this is an Appleton North team that definitely can score points. They've put up 55 against DC Everest, 56 against Stevens Point, 47 against Appleton East, 44 against Appleton West. So this offense can go.
They faked a latch, they pitch it out, and it's dropped by Watson, incomplete. So 4th and 3 now for the Lightning.
Well, they're facing a similar situation that what Hudson did on their opening drive, although they're not quite as close, and it comes down to confidence in the kicking game. You clearly don't punt it from here, so it's looking like to me they are going to go for it, see if this Hudson defense can stop them here with the game still tied up.
3 receivers near side, Latch the setback. Robinson drops under pressure, throws it to the far side, and it is brought in. No, incomplete. Unable to finish the catch on the far side. That time was Brooks Ambrosius. And Hudson takes over.
Assemble was on the defense on that one, and I don't know if he knocked it out. I think for a short time he did have it, but Assemble knocked it out before he was able to maintain possession and come down. But he would have been in had he been able to hold on to it. And Hudson dodges a bullet, and Appleton North drives deep into Hudson territory, but comes up empty.
So the Raiders take over 1st and 10 from their 22-yard line. A minute 27 left to play in the opening quarter, tied at 7. This is Danielson on the reception. Danielson out to about the 28 before he's driven backwards, a gain of 6.
I'm seeing them featuring Cole Danielson. I was hoping they would go in that direction, and so far in this first quarter, that's exactly what they've done with great success.
8 touches already for Danielson, 5 rushing, 3 receptions. Thrown out, this is Pierce. Pierce trying to turn upfield, and he'll step out of bounds. They'll mark him. Well, I'm not exactly sure. It's going to be a Hudson first down at the 39-yard line, gain of 11.
Want to invite our viewers tonight, wherever you're tuning in from. We've had some nice emails, very easy to do. Click on the Contact the Booth link, and you can let us know who you are, where you're listening from, and who you're cheering for tonight.
Handoff, Miller slashes back up the middle and falls ahead to the 43. That's a gain of 4 for David Miller.
And boy, we are really quick to the line tonight, Joe. I mean, I'm sure they just really focused in on practice. So we got to get back to this bang, 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 this I call the 2-minute hurry-up offense. When Hudson is on, they really do it well.
Option pitch, Danielson trying to follow his blockers. Keeps the legs churning and backs his way to about the 47-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Raiders.
Kristen Sika emailed in, says, "Go Raiders, go defense," including number 42, Cody Sika. What a great senior season Cody Sika has had, linebacker for Hudson. He's like a heat-seeking missile. He's not that big in terms of height, but boy, he's laid some hits and just fun player to watch.
3 receivers left here on 3rd and 1 for the Raiders, but the clock hits 0, and we are through the opening quarter here in Appleton. Your score, Hudson 7, Appleton North 7. Back with second quarter action after this. Helterbrand on the keep on 3rd and 1, and he tiptoes his way into Lightning territory, and a first down carry, gain of 5. So the chains move, and the Raiders 4 for 5 now on 3rd downs in this ball game.
Well, yeah, and that's one of the keys tonight. You got to be able to convert those 3rd downs, and they've had some very makeable 3rd downs, and have been able to convert it. The short yardage running has so far so good.
Handoff, Miller tries the middle. And he is gang tackled after a gain of 1.
Another score update coming in the another game in this section. Number 1 seeded and undefeated Bayport up 7-0 over De Pere. They beat De Pere 49-0 earlier this season.
Handoff, Danielson gets to the corner, turns upfield, tried to tiptoe the sidelines, and ends up going into the Hudson bench after a short gain.
We want to thank our cameraman, Adam Tilson. out there. We have him positioned out in the right in the bleachers there, doing a great job. And thank everybody back home, Nate Skoog and the rest of the staff from the River Channel. We're on Channel 15 tonight, as well as HudsonBroadcast.com.
3rd and 7 Raiders from the 44. Straight drop, Hilterbrand. Pressure comes. He's flush from the pocket, rolls right, throws, and it is knocked away. Intended for McDevitt, but knocked away that time by Devin Blom.
Nice recovery that time by Blom. And Hilterbrand put some pretty good smoke on it as he was forced out of the pocket and rolled off to the right-hand side. Had he been able to thread the needle in there, it would have been a first down, but good defensive recovery by Appleton North, and Hudson's going to punt for the first time tonight.
Ben Carl's in punt formation. Devin Blom awaits back at his 11-yard line. High snap and a nice high spiraling punt here. Fair catch is called for and taken at the 15. 24-yard punt, no return. 1st and 10 Lightning from their 15-yard line.
The Brewers and the Dodgers over at, I keep wanting to say County Stadium. There hasn't been a County Stadium in 18 years. At Miller Park, the Brewers taking on the Dodgers. It's do or die tonight. If the Brewers can pull out Game 6, it's all on the line tomorrow with a trip to the World Series against the Boston Red Sox. So we'll see how the Brewers fare tonight.
Handoff on the jet sweep, trying to run wide as Latch turns the corner. And Latch is going to have a first down run, it looks like, or very close to it here for Appleton North. And it is a gain of 12 on the play.
Andy and Julio emailing in, said, let's get this dub. See Danny, go number 21. I'm not sure, but thank you for emailing it in.
Robinson on a keep and off the left side of the line, dives ahead. They'll spot it at the 33-yard line, gain of 6 for Robinson.
Sure, that last email was in regards to number 21, meaning Cole Danielson, who's had a very, very good first quarter for the Raiders tonight.
Second and 4 for the Lightning. Quick little pitch and catch. Ambrosius on the reception. That's out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 7 and a first down for Appleton North.
Well, much like Hudson was able to do on their offensive possessions, this North team is getting into a good rhythm too with the short passes and the solid, consistent running, and they're moving the chains.
Hand off to Latch, and he is hit immediately. Becken and Bates. Or Sika, you're right, yeah.
And Quentin, Bates was in there. He just got up and let out a roar. And I think that's what we got to do tonight defensively. We got to go on the attack. I think we were reacting too much against Chippewa Falls. They were dictating it. We have to attack their offense tonight, and that's you saw it right there on that play.
Loss of a yard sets up 2nd and 11 Lightning from their 39. Coming to motion is Latch. Robinson straight keep, tries the middle, and he's taken down after a short gain. Ankle tackle by Jonah Becken. Gain of 3, 3rd and 8 coming.
Well, you're forcing the Lightning into 3rd and long. You're probably a passing situation. The defensive secondary led by Jacob Dalton back there. He's the captain and Assemble among others, but Dalton really has free reign, and he's moving over here to the left. And North's going with a 5-receiver set.
Empty backfield for Robinson, and now a play change from the sideline.
Got to watch for the slot receiver on this left side here. They're giving him a lot of free roam.
And a whistle prior to the snap. Delay of game makes it 3rd and 13. First penalty of the evening.
Paul Sparstad emailing in says very simply, I love the Raiders. Thank you for the email, Paul. Thank you for tuning in. I love the Raiders too.
Robinson setting up a middle screen. It's caught Latch, and he is taken down. That's going to be a loss on the play.
Is that Sika over there?
It is. Cody Sika.
Yeah,
loss of 2.
He's been doing it all season long. And I like how Hudson reacted defensively as the Lightning tried to set up that bubble screen, jailbreak screen, whatever you want to call it. The linebacker reaction and the defensive shift was very, very good that time. Going to punt it away.
First time that Appleton North has punted the ball away here this evening as well. Line drive punt goes to the sideline, kind of rolls down the sideline a little bit before it heads out of bounds. Raiders will take over 1st and 10 from their 31-yard line.
We want to thank our sponsors that allow us to go on the road here and bring all these games. We've covered every second of every Hudson game this year. Hudson Ford, Wisconsin Credit Union, the Willow River Inn, RJ's Meats, the Village Inn, Mattress Galaxy, Ethos Performance, Big Guys Barbecue, McDonald Insurance, Seasons in North Hudson, Hudson Bowling Center, the Hudson Benchwarmers, and also the Hudson Boosters. Thank you one and all for our wonderful group of sponsors that allow us to bring you these broadcasts.
8:04 to play in the second quarter. Hilterbrand rolling right. Now he's going to tuck it, run, and plows over the tackler and gets out to the 36 for a gain of 5.
Well, if we can consistently get 5 yards on the ground, whether it's a play like that or something else, we're going to be in very good shape.
Wilson Zuck is a sophomore linebacker, 5'10", 193. The senior quarterback just ran over him. Gunned out Danielson on the reception, and he goes down. That ball came out, but Hudson was right there to jump on it at the 39, so it'll be 3rd and 2 Raiders.
You know, we've seen, is Danielson down?
Just looking for some help,
okay.
It looks like.
You know, we seem to have faced a lot of 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 tonight. I'm showing 3rd and 5 on the scoreboard. That clearly isn't right. It's not 5. 3rd and 2, there they fixed it.
Carls and Pierce go to the far side. McDevitt comes to the near side. Danielson will line up in the backfield as well as Miller. They run the option. It goes to Danielson. Cuts it back. Lowers the head and shoulders. And he has got what looks to be a Hudson first down across the 40 and near the 42-yard line, a gain of 3.
They're signaling it. I thought maybe they'd bring out the chains to measure it, but he got a good spot and was able to lower his head, lower his shoulder, and get that extra, half yard there. First down Raiders.
The 10th first down for the Raiders in this ballgame. Now 5 for 7 on 3rd downs. Handoff Miller up the middle. Nothing fancy, but it does result in 3 yards for David Miller, and he has just been a consistent force here on 5 carries. Absolutely.
Nothing fancy between the tackles, but if we can consistently get those tough yards between the tackles, 3 and 4 yards, then they start bringing the linebackers in. That opens up things on the corners.
Hilterbrand to throw going deep down the far side, and it is out of bounds. Wind helped push that one that way, intended for Ben Carls. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Well, he didn't connect that time, but what you just saw there was a Division I caliber arm.
Yeah.
I mean, really. Even though he didn't connect on it. There aren't a lot of high school quarterbacks that can air it out like he just did. That is pure arm strength.
Danielson shifts to the far side. They fake to Miller. Setting up the screen, and it is incomplete off of Danielson's hands. It'll be 4th and 7.
I want to say hello to Marty Richards. She says, "Go Raiders, keep the pace." Marty and Susan Richards, they're streaming the game on Susan's phone. They're out on Madeline Island tonight. Beautiful area. I'm from Hayward originally and went up to Bayfield a few years ago. Wife, bed and breakfast, had a wonderful time up there. Good classmate of mine from years ago owns and runs the Rittenhouse Inn in Bayfield. Wonderful area.
Carls to punt it away. Hits it toward the near side. Blom from his 23 reverses course with it. Turns upfield as flags fly behind him, and he's out to about the 31. 8-yard return. A whole lot of running for that, but I believe it's coming back a little bit.
Is it a block in the back or a hold? Guess we'll have to sort it out. As the referee sorted it out, I want to say hello to Joe Murray. And Joe Murray simply says, I love the Raiders.
Block in the back on Appleton North. We'll move them back.
A lot better, more favorable field position on the previous possession. They started up, around the 40?
5:48 to play, second quarter. Hudson 7, Appleton North 7. Level 1 Division 1 playoffs. The winner of this one likely gets a date with Bayport next weekend.
We'll say hello to Landon, emailing in, joining us tonight.
Robinson keeps, slashes off the right side, and gains about 3 out to the 13-yard line.
Rice Lake squeaking by Hayward 27-0. If the Rice Lake Warriors wanted to, they could put 70 points up and not even break a sweat on the Hayward Hurricanes tonight. That's my prediction. Whether they do that or not is anyone's guess, but they could.
2nd and 7 as Latch goes in motion. Robinson drops back. Pump fake, rolls. Now throws over the middle, and it is caught at the 27. Hit immediately. Ambrosius, the reception. That's good for 14 and a Lightning first down.
Nice pass that time, and receiver got separation. Hudson had plenty of defenders out there, but found a seam. The ball was where it needed to be, when it needed to be there, and first down Lightning.
Raiders show blitz. They throw over at Watson. Zigs to the outside and is taken down across the 30 at the 33-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play.
Looking out our press box here, kind of more of a sparse crowd. The weather is not real good, although it is dry. It is a little bit windy, but it's definitely warmer than it was last week in Chippewa Falls, Joe. It was a cold one.
Yeah, not setting the bar real high with that one.
No.
But 3 receivers now near side on 2nd and 4. Robinson stands in the pocket, now tucks it, and he slides down at the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down for North.
Joe Woosterbar says, so here I am again. Raiders on my laptop to the left, Brewers on TV straight ahead. His favorite beverage to the to the right. Happy Friday. Go Raiders and go Crew. Joe, thank you for tuning in. That sounds like a wonderful way to spend an evening. And Brewers will be first pitch, if it hasn't happened already. They're underway over there at Miller Park.
Handoff Latch. And he has got a Lightning first down as he gets out to the 39-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry. The chains move for the Lightning.
Latch is a good-looking back. You know, you talked about his stats earlier, and you can see why he was able to do that. Say hello to Landon. So he'd like to say hi to Joe Murray. Landon Bill C., I believe you pronounced that.
1st and 10 from the 39. Robinson hands it off. Latch slashes off the left side. He's into the secondary. And Latch into Hudson territory, knocked out of bounds at the Raider 44-yard line. It's a gain of 17.
Well, we just talked about his prowess as a back, and you saw it on that play. And the Lightning into Raider territory here. Still all knotted up at 7.
Clock starts up again, under 3:30 to play first half. Latch following his quarterback after they kind of the delayed handoff, and inside the Hudson 40 down to the 37-yard line, a gain of 6 for Latch. 9 carries for him now tonight.
Yeah, he's had an excellent first half, just as Danielson has had for the Raiders. Two quality backs. We say hello to Mandy. Canifix says, go David Miller, number 4 from your big sister Mandy, watching in Stacy, Minnesota tonight. She says, good luck,
And we've got a penalty getting tacked on to the end of this one. It is a face mask on Hudson, just the 5-yard variety, but that is enough for a Lightning first down as they tack that on to the end of the 6-yard run.
And we talked in the pregame, Hudson really has to eliminate penalties. That wasn't a major penalty, but again, you're giving your opponent in a tie game extra yards.
They fake to latch, they swing it out. Watson slides between a couple defenders, sheds one in the defensive secondary, and walks into the end zone with his second touchdown of the night from 32 yards out.
There again, we had a couple good shots at him. Right down the right sideline, just a quick hitter out to the right flat, and got a couple blocks in front of him, turned on the Jets. Boy, we got to wrap. We got to wrap better tackling-wise.
Well, coming into this ball game, Appleton North had thrown for 1,500 yards this season, rushed for just shy of 1,200, and I thought, well, some downfield passing. It's not necessarily downfield passing. It's let Patrick Watson shake and bake and get the yards after catch. Couple of long touchdown passes, but mostly on the feet of Patrick Watson. As Henwood knocks the extra point through, and now, with 3:04 left to play in the half, 14-7, Appleton North. Raiders responded in kind the first time the Lightning scored. We'll see if they can answer quickly back here again. 3:04 left to play in the half. Both teams with all 3 timeouts remaining.
Well, not a lot of time, but enough time, particularly with 3 timeouts. You work the sideline, the stoppage of when you move the chains. Oh boy.
Loose ball, and Danielson will pick it up at the 4. Bounces it to the outside, and he gets run down and taken down at about the 16-yard line. So a long way to go, but we have seen the Raiders pick up chunks here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, offensively, I like what they've done tonight. You know, it was unfortunate when they were stopped on the opening drive, 4th and 2, elected to kick the field goal, a very makeable field goal that unfortunately went wide right. But they've been able to move the ball pretty consistently.
Handoff Miller up the middle, and he's out to the 19-yard line. Give him 3 on the carry.
Clock continuing to run here, under 3 minutes.
This time they fake to Miller, the pitch out to Danielson, and Danielson spins his way across the 20 and ahead to the 23-yard line. A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 3 for Hudson.
Again, that's with this 3rd and short here. You know, time and again, we've been 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. This is huge because I doubt they would go for it on 4th if they don't pick it up here at this stage of the field.
Power to the short side, option to the short side. Danielson turns upfield. He's got a Hudson first down as he streaks across the 25 and out to the 29 with a gain of 6.
Joe, we've rediscovered our option pitch running attack. You know, we really went away from it, I think, last week at Chippewa Falls, but that's the bread and butter of Hudson football, and it's working.
3 receivers near side. They swing it out and right through Pierce's hands, incomplete.
And I'm not sure how much he would have got on that, but Charlie Pierce usually pretty good hands, but it went right through his hands that time.
Stops the clock with 1:57 to play in the half, but it does bring up 2nd and 10 for the Raiders.
Under 2 now.
Low snap, handoff Miller up the middle. Across the 30 before he's driven backwards, 3rd and long, waiting for the Raiders. Gain of 2.
Well, again, all 3 timeouts. Clock continuing to run here. Taking a long time getting this play in. We're going to dip under a minute and a half by the time they get this one off. 3rd and 8.
2 receivers each way, coming to motion. And it's a quarterback draw. Helterbrand gets hit, tried to drag players along, but he is taken down at the 23, so just a 2-yard gain will bring up 4th and 6.
Well, this is risky here. They are going to go for it. Well, no, wait, no, they've changed. That would be a big risk. punted away. Appleton North's not going to have a whole lot of time, but just like Hudson, they have their full complement of timeouts.
Well, and Lightning now take their first to stop the clock before they get the ball back. 1:20 to play in the half. 14-7 Lightning.
Want to say hello to John, said rooting for the Raiders tonight while watching the Brewers. Tell Joe and Bennett to work on their Algebra 2 homework after the game. I loved algebra. That and root canals. Brendan Merkel says, go Raiders, steer ahead to the second round of the playoffs, and shout out to the beefy O-line. That one coming in from Brandon. Offensive line, in my opinion, has played better in this half than they did last week against Chippewa. We are down by 7. It's been a good game.
It has been.
It really is. Two quality teams. It's playoff football. You know, the average and the poor teams are done. Their stuff's put away. Their season's done. The good teams remain in the playoffs. It's a whole lot of fun covering these playoff games.
And really, you look at these teams, both of them worthy to be playing even next week in level 2 for sure.
Yep.
Carl's third punt. Knuckleball. Fair catch called for and taken by Blom at his 39-yard line.
Al Kallenbach emailing in, said Al, Michelle, Michaela, and Molly Kallenbach are watching from beautiful North Hudson's Go Raiders, and Al's been a fan, Al and the family, all season long. Glad to have you on board. Glad to have each and every one of you on board, wherever you're tuning in from tonight. We got people in, was it Japan? We got in Austria, Florida.
Several continents.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Absolutely.
Robinson guns it.
Did he bring it down?
Ambrosius, no, that was brought in by Kyle Hammond. Boy, great coverage that time from Carter Riley, who tried to dig it out, just unable to do so.
He was draped over him like a rug, and I don't know who had possession when he came down, but apparently he did.
Gain of 10 makes it 1st and 10. Lightning now from their 49-yard line. Clock starts back up. Robinson out to the left, and that one is knocked away by Jake Sisembo, intended for Ambrosius.
That's the second really good defensive play that Jake Sisembo, he's a senior, one of the leaders back there, and I think our pass coverage compared to other years has been very, very solid this year.
Boy, another half step there, John.
Yeah.
Might be going the other way with it. 2nd and 10. Robinson steps up in the pocket, running out of room, throws it down the sideline, and
how was he in?
Boy, that is caught by Ryan Balk right on the sideline, and it's a gain of 9, so 3rd and a yard.
Of course, in high school football, just like college, you only have to have 1 foot in, not 2 like the pros, but we were kind of blocked here, but well, he got it in. Referee was right there. That was a big catch.
50.5 seconds left. 4 receivers far side. Robinson quarterback draw, and Cody Sika takes him down for no gain. 4th down.
Cody Sika, only 5'7", 190 pounds.
Timeout, Appleton North. They'll talk over this 4th down play.
Brett Carey emails in, says, looks like Kaiser had a limp as he's running onto the field. Good game so far, go Raiders. Did you see that? I
didn't notice.
I didn't, but Brett did. We'll take his word for it. You know, Helterbrand takes a lot of hits during the course of a game with all these draw plays they run and all the scrambling he does, and you know he's a big kid. And
I saw him after the game in Superior, so we're talking mid-season. We're talking about 5 weeks in, 4 or 5 weeks in, and I mean he had ice on both knees, the throwing shoulder. He looked like the Michelin Man.
Yeah, I mean he's had a tremendous season, 2,300 yards total, but he's paid a price.
For you youngins out there that don't know what the Michelin Man is, Google it, YouTube it.
Oh yeah, looks like a giant, almost like a snowman, or it's white or like the Pillsbury Doughboy, only with multiple layers. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna go back into the email bag. Ty and Lori emailing in, says, "Go Raiders, watching from La Crosse tonight." Thank you. I used to live in La Crosse for about 4.5 years. Worked in radio down there. Love the city. And the home of the former home of the Heileman Brewery. Had a lot of fun down there in La Crosse once upon a time. Jeff Rard watching his grandson Jake Sasembo roll Raiders, and I tell you, Asembo's had a couple real nice plays from his defensive secondary position tonight.
4th and a yard, power I formation. Handoff, Latch.
Got it.
And he has a first down, a gain of 2 to the Raider 40-yard line. That will momentarily stop the clock at 34 seconds.
Of course, North is down to 1 timeout here, and clock's running.
And Robinson spikes it. So that does stop the clock with 30.5 seconds left.
Chippewa Falls hanging with Kimberly tonight. Again, this is a Kimberly team that coming into tonight since the start of the 2013 season is 78-1. You heard me correctly, 78-1. And Chippewa Falls is hanging with them. Kimberly up 14-0. Menominee a tight one with Pulaski, 14-13. The Mustangs are up. What are we waiting for here?
Well, the referees having a conference. What do you call a group of zebras? Is that a herd of zebras? Is that
a herd or a pack? It's not a pack. That would be a wolf. Now, wait a minute. Where's the flag coming from here?
Well, I've got to figure out what that one is. They've got substitution infraction on Hudson.
Oh, shoot. Illegal substitution on the Raiders. I guess that's what they were talking about, and they can ill afford that. You know, the Lightning's they're short on time, but they're now at the 35-yard line. They're within striking distance.
Robinson goes deep, and it is incomplete. Wide open that time was Kyle Hammond. Robinson missed one there. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Lightning.
And he had a good 3-step separation on Rocco Hoopert for Hudson. You wouldn't want to give him a second chance on that one. He hits him. It's 6 points all day long.
Well, they say it's 2nd and 5, so apparently the illegal substitution came before they spiked the ball. I'm confused by this one.
Well, yeah.
Pass over the middle. This one is caught by Balk. He's got a first down. Spins off a couple tacklers, and he's in. Touchdown, Lightning.
Boy, we got to tackle better. On the 3 scoring plays that the Lightning have had tonight, we have had multiple chances and have had an inability to wrap up. Well, the deficit just doubled.
20-7 Lightning. They're going to get the ball to start the second half as well. Henwood on to attempt the extra point. And his kick is blocked.
Well, got a break there.
Diving in, I believe it was Cody Sika that got a hand on it. So it remains 20-7, 15 seconds left to play here in the opening half.
I want to say hello to Stacy and Mike Herink, cheering on the Raiders. The sophomore Carter Herink from home tonight in Hudson. Go Raiders. And we remember his older brother.
I want to say Alex, but I'm not sure.
Right, yeah, had a tremendous basketball career and a very solid football career. And I believe Alex is at University of Wisconsin River Falls. And Mike is part of the Hudson Boosters. And it's one of our great sponsors. And what a tremendous program. They had their youth football championships last weekend. Hopefully all went well. The weather was a little bit cold. Joel, you and I did youth football on White Bear Lake on Sunday in the snow. In the snow. And so congratulations to all the young men that participated in the Hudson Boosters football program and for all that they do. What a gem that we have in our community with the Hudson Boosters. And check them out, hudsonboosters.org, and get involved. They do a lot of great things, and glad to have them as one of our great sponsors.
Henwood squibs it. It'll be picked up. Ben Carls Approaches the 30, and they whistle him down at about the 29-yard line, so 9.2 seconds left on the clock. We'll see if Hudson elects to air it out. They've got 2 timeouts remaining.
Want to say hello to Liz Miller, watching from Hudson. Good luck to our youngest of 9 children, David Miller, number 4. Love Mom and Dad. Good luck, Raiders. Miller's had a nice first. It had some
definitely
good runs, primarily between the tackles.
One of those seniors on this Raiders squad hoping to play at least one more week, and the Raiders just going to kneel it down and head to halftime here in Appleton. Your halftime score, Appleton North 20, Hudson 7. We will be back after these messages.
Here we go.
Dan Zuley has it on the tee. Hudson trailing 20-7 as we begin half number 2. Push down the middle. Latch will pick it up at his 12 and then slide down at the 22-yard line. He saw a wave of white called Quentin Bates closing in, and he slid down right in front of him.
Defensively, even though we gave up 3 scores, I thought we played pretty well. We just gave up 3 big plays.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're reacting well. This North team can score points. We talked about, you know, they've been well up into the upper 40s multiple times this year. We'll see how they fare here in the second half.
Robinson swings it out. Watson on the reception, shedded a couple tackles, and he's out to the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 7 to start the half.
Also want to again thank the Hudson Benchwarmers. The football banquet is November 4th on Sunday. And to learn more about Hudson football, go to hudsonfootball.org, run by the Hudson Benchwarmers.
3 receivers to the far side. Again, it's swung out. Again, it's Watson. Watson to the corner. A flag comes in as Watson's bumped out at the 40, and that looked like a block in the back that took Jacob Dalton down.
They've been running a lot of the same plays, just these quick hitters, and they're getting blocking out there, and they obviously have some speed and being very successful. But I think, like you say, Joe, this one might be coming back.
And it was actually Rocco Hoopert out there on the corner, and yeah, it's kind of dangerous. It's like they look to see, okay, how many defensive backs are over there? How far off the line are they? And boy, that Patrick Watson is fun to watch run the football.
He's fast, absolutely. I mean, we talked about his stats, regular season stats, and that's in 8 games. You know, they did not have a Week 9 game, so they're, you know, the stats are a little limited because they had one less game.
After the penalty, it is 2nd and 6. Hand off to Latch off the left side, and Latch. That's a first down carry across the 30 out to the 34-yard line.
Well, it's, you know, Hudson, we need some kind of catalyst, some kind of spark. You know, we're down 2 scores, whether it's a turnover or forcing them out, forcing them to punt, whatever. We need that spark.
Hand off Latch up the middle, and Latch going to be close to another Appleton North first down as he's close to the 44-yard line.
Principal Peg Shoemaker emailing in. She's emailed in multiple times this year. Glad to have her support, and she says very simply, fight back, Hudson Raiders. That one coming in from Peg Shoemaker. Thank you for emailing in.
Gain of 10 for Latch. It is a first down. 1st and 10 from the 44 for the Lightning. They fake to Latch, swing it out to Watson. Watson stiff arms the first down the sideline and forced out with another Appleton North first down into Hudson territory to the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 11.
They keep running those same plays, and why wouldn't you? You know, go with what works. And again, you know, we were unable to wrap up and bring him down. Now they've driven into Hudson territory.
Jake Sasembo had the opportunity for what would have been a short loss, and frustrating for all the Hudson fans to see. Swing it out, Watson again. This time he's tripped up, taken down by, I thought it was
Seek on that?
Torrin Phillips.
Torrin Phillips, excuse me.
Gain of 2.
Good solo open field tackle by Torrin Phillips, 6'3", 190-pound junior linebacker for the Raiders.
8th reception of the night for Patrick Watson. 2nd and 8 Lightning. And Hudson jumps prior to the snap. It'll be 2nd and 3 Lightning.
Well, we talked about Hudson's tendency at times to fall into this penalty trap, and when you're down 2 scores, you know you're going to need some stops. And when you're giving your opponent extra yardage like that, that hurts.
2nd and 3 from the Raider 38-yard line. They fake to latch, they swing it out. Watson, his 9th catch. Zigs, zags, first down to the 33-yard line, gain of 5. Becken and Riley combined to take him down.
And we can ill afford to fall down anymore. We're in the second half here, and again, only 12-minute quarters in high school football, so you don't have as much time. And not only is Appleton North moving the chains, they're burning up the clock.
They look to Watson. Now they throw deep
Wide
down
open.
the far side, and it is incomplete. Jacob Dalton got over and made sure that was not brought in, intended for Ambrosius.
And the Hudson Raiders just dodged a bullet there because he was wide open.
Check that. That was Jack Kritzer, the intended receiver. Well, with that incompletion, Carter Robinson now 15 for 21 passing the ball tonight.
Very solid game.
218 yards through the air this evening. Handoff to Latch. He's hit immediately, trying to fight ahead for a yard or two, but he was in the arms of Max Reynolds. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Of course, we remember Bob Reynolds, Max's dad, who had a very, very good college career playing linebacker many years ago. Oh, they reset. Hudson jump, but they reset.
Robinson throws one up near side and out of bounds, incomplete. Asembo on the coverage. Ambrosius, the intended receiver. It'll be 4th and 10.
And defensive coordinator Neil Hatfield dialed up a pretty aggressive blitz that time. And you're always gambling when you do that. You're rolling the dice. Is it worth it doing it? That time it was. Looks like Appleton North's going to go huge. This is a huge play.
Need a stop here if you are a Hudson Raider fan.
Trying to figure out play coming in. There's 4th and long.
3 receivers left. Watson the slot. Latch in motion. Setting up the screen. It's caught by Watson, and he slides down. Shy of the first down. They pick up 5, and the Raiders will take over from their 29.
Nice reaction by the Hudson defense that time. They've ran that same play successfully multiple times, and the Hudson defense, you could just see how they were shifting, preparing for that, and stopped him short. Now the offense has to capitalize. Good stand by the defense, bend but not break. Now the offense has to capitalize.
8:38 to play, 3rd quarter. It remains 20-7 Appleton North.
Kristen Sika says, let's go Raiders, take him down, bring it home. Cody Sika, number 42. Mom loves you.
Hilterbrand steps up, throws over the middle, and Pierce has it in stride. To the 30, to the 25, down the sideline. It's a touchdown, Raiders!
Charlie Pierce. Beautiful pass by Kaiser Hilterbrand and an even better catch by Charlie Pierce. And he just won the track meet down the left side of the sideline. And the Hudson Raiders are an extra point away from drawn to within a score.
71 yards. Hilterbrand, Pierce, and the Raiders come up with a big play of their own through the air.
Beautiful. Very well done.
Ben Carl's on to attempt the extra point. And his kick.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
Good. So with 8:25 to play here in the third, Appleton North 20, Hudson 13. Back after this. 20-13 our score as the Hudson defense did stiffen. The Hudson offense, one play, 71 yards, and now Dan Zulli to kick it off. Just pushes it down the middle. It'll be picked up by Watson at the 13, sprints ahead across the 25, and is gang tackled across the 30 at the 32-yard line. Okay. Well, we got ourselves a ball game, John.
We do. That was a tough extra point miss because Appleton North had missed their extra point, so if we could have closed that gap to 6, potentially, a score would put us ahead by 1, and was not to be. But beautiful pass play. Now it's up to the defense. See if we can force them 3 and out, get that ball back. Hudson's got a little momentum going now here in the third.
Hand off to Latch. He slashes off the left side. Tries to cut back, but he is met at the corner. Short gain on the play, maybe a yard for Latch.
Well, the Hudson defense has had a better job in this second half bottling up Latch. Latch has got how many yards coming in so far tonight?
He's 14 for 81 now tonight.
Yeah, he's climbing up at 100 yards. Very good looking back.
2nd and 8 for the Lightning. Jet sweep, Latch. Cuts it back upfield. And he gets out to the 40, fights ahead and pushes ahead for a Lightning first down. Gets a little help from his friends in the process. Some of those big guys, Quinn Henwood, Will Schroeder. 232 and 249, the offensive lineman helping push.
Well, that's what they needed. Now the Lightning got a drive going here.
1st and 10 from their 43. Power I formation. Last man through is Latch, and Latch out to the 49 before he's driven backwards. A gain of 6.
Jackie emailing in, supporting Cody Sika. He's got a tackle right there.
2nd and 4 for the Lightning, who are waiting for Ryan Bulk to lace up the left cleat.
We'll still keep an eye on those scores coming in. Again, Bayport up big, Rice Lake up big, and Menominee still hanging in there with Pulaski, and Kimberly, with a sizable lead over Chippewa Falls.
And off to Latch off the right side. He's got a first down, and he's undercut at the Hudson 40-yard line. Jake Zisembo, the tackle for the Raiders. Gain of 12 for Latch. That puts him over 100 on the evening.
Well, Hudson struck back and cut the deficit in half, but now the defense can't allow Appleton to go back up again.
Latch again. Runs into his own man and then is caught from behind and taken down after a yard gain. Quentin Bates, the tackle for Hudson. It'll be 2nd and 9 Lightning.
Taking a quick peek at the Brewers score. The Brewers all over the Los Angeles Dodgers, 5-1. Trying to set up potentially an all-or-nothing Game 7 tomorrow with the trip to the World Series on the line at Miller Park.
Boy, just a completely different offensive look on this possession for the Lightning. Handoff, and they're just battling and moving ahead. It's a first down run. Ryan Bulk on the carry for the Lightning. Picks up 10.
And the Lightning are playing that muscle game, the physical game. The Chippewa Falls did very, very well last week. I mean, defensively, we just have to get tougher. We have to get more physical because right now we're reacting to what they're doing. They're dictating it, and they're winning the battle of the line of scrimmage right now.
Hand off to Latch, big hole off the left side. He turns upfield to the 20, down the sideline, caught from behind. It'll be 1st and a goal for the Lightning. Touchdown saving tackle by Torrin Phillips.
Yeah, touchdown saving was right. And, Latch, he bounces out. The seal block on the left side was there, and he just darted at an angle towards the left sideline, and, boy, he was fast. And nice gain there.
Latch again, this time to the right. Little shake and bake, gets tripped up, and he's taken down inside the 5. Tripped up by Sika, finished off by Dalton. And Latch slow and getting up.
Yeah, he's down. Boy, the Lightning, that would be a tough loss for him. He has really come alive on this drive.
20 carries, 135 yards for Ian Latch, who remains down on the field, and don't ever like to see that.
Pulaski in a back-and-forth game with the Menominee Mustangs are up 16-14. That game in the third quarter over in Pulaski.
Latch picked up 5. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Lightning from the Hudson 4. 5:29 left to play in the third quarter. 20-13 our score. Latch will come off under his own power, so that is a positive.
Well, this Hudson defense, with their back to the wall, they close the gap, like we said. But, you know, if Appleton North scores, you just gave up what you got back minutes ago.
Watson now the deep back, but Robinson will work out of the shotgun. Handoff Watson tried to cut it to the outside, but Jacob Dalton slices in and knocks him down. A loss of 1, 3rd and goal from the 5.
Well, if Hudson's able to stop him here, then it's decision time, similar to what it was for Hudson on that opening drive. You know, sitting on a 7-point lead. You know,
right.
We'll see. You know,
Latch checks back into the game. He's the deep back.
Biggest defensive play for the Raiders here in the second half, right here.
Balk and Watson bracket Robinson. Handoff Balk, and he's in. Touchdown Lightning. 5-yard run for Ryan Balk.
Well, the offensive line got it done for the Lightning that time. You know, Hudson had a nice stop in the 2 plays prior to that, but the Lightning cash in and go back up 2 scores.
26-13 our score. Quinn Henwood on to attempt the extra point. Henwood's kick is good. 4:41 to play in the third. It is now Appleton North 27, Hudson 13. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Appleton North High School, 27-13 Lightning. Hudson offense has only been on the field for 1 play this half, but it was a 71-yard touchdown. Kaiser Hilterbrand to Charlie Pierce. And the Raiders find themselves in need of another score to keep pace with a very well-rounded Appleton North offense.
Absolutely. You know, physically, they just stepped it up, similar to what Chippewa Falls did last week, and resulted in we got an onside kick here.
And it's loose, it is Lightning football.
Oh, boy. That hurt.
At the Hudson 47-yard line.
That one hurt. And, Joe, you were just saying we need a sustained drive to give our defense the rest that they didn't get when Hudson had that quick strike, and boy, they're going to be right back out on it. Now, absolutely, you have to force them 3 and out here. Already down 2 scores.
And again, they line up in the tightly packed power I formation. Handoff Latch up the middle, refusing to go down. Finally finished off by Dalton at the 35. That's a gain of 12.
And Latch continuing to pile on the yards. He went down and had to be helped off, but he clearly shook that off. And Appleton North, you know, you're right. Yeah, they're running a tight formation. 3 backs in the backfield under center.
Handoff Balk just straight up the right guard position, and he's down to the 31. That's a gain of 4.
Physically, we just have to attack on our defense. We can't react. We have to physically attack them, because right now, line of scrimmage, we're not holding up.
Handoff Latch, and momentum has stopped at about the 27. Another gain of 4. Fans and a few players on the field said, "Oh, he never went down. There he goes." But
well, I heard the whistle blow from here, so that's the decision.
Third and a long 2 for the Lightning. Handoff ball. First down and more, and he is off to the races. 28-yard touchdown run, second of this quarter for Ryan Bulk. And it is a 33-13 Appleton North lead.
Boy, they spotted something when they went almost exclusively to that power running game between the tackles and went to a triple back in the backfield and under center. And it worked.
And Wood's kick is good. 3:21 to play now in the third. Appleton North 34, Hudson 13. Back after this. Welcome back, folks. 34-13 our score.
Well, the Lightning rolled the dice, feeling momentum on their side with an onside kick, and it worked, and they capitalized on that. And we went from a 2-score deficit to 3. And we have to strike, and we have to strike quickly, and then have the defense hold them.
This kick hit one of the up men and will be covered by the Raiders at their 33-yard line. Falling on it there was Torrin Phillips. Well, possession certainly at a premium now for the Hudson offense. It's pretty much need to put points on the board every time you touch the ball here.
Absolutely. We're 3 minutes and change here in the third quarter, down by 3 scores.
Hilterbrand in trouble, and down he goes. Back at the 17-yard line. That is a loss of a 16 on the play. Credit the sack to Ben Babich.
Hudson's got to get back up to the line quick.
Hilterbrand throws, Pierce the catch, hit immediately, taken down at the 25, so they get 8 back there, but now face 3rd and 18.
And boy, I don't know if you're in 4-down territory this deep in your own field, but you're down by 3 scores. We'll have to see. Pick up the 3rd, and it's a non-issue.
McDevitt checks in. Pierce goes to the far side. Danielson in motion. Hilterbrand steps up, hit as he throws, and that is incomplete. And it's 4th and 18.
Well,
Babich had the pressure again for Appleton.
I think we got our answer. Hudson looking to punt. I think you have to. I think you have to.
Well, right now, Appleton North feeling really good.
Yes, they are.
And looking really good. Let's be honest.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nearly blocked that punt, but a good spiraling punt. Chases Blom back to his 35-yard line, and he is going to be taken down at the 36. Finished off by Rocco Hoopert. 2:09 to play in the third quarter, 34-13 our score.
Elizabeth Kleber says, "Go Colin Kemper, #1 fan." Thank you for emailing in. Okay, well, this Hudson defense has to stop him here. We have to force 3 and out. We have to. Down by 3 scores, 2:09 to go here in the third quarter.
Hand off to Latch. And that's a gain of 5 out to the 40.
And now you're going to see Appleton North not be so quick to the line, nor should they be. They're going to start, using clocks, sitting on a 3-touchdown lead. and you just have to stop him. You know, and a turnover goes without saying would definitely benefit Hudson.
Here's Robinson on the naked bootleg, and he has got plenty of room around the left side, and he will sprint to the end zone with a 60-yard touchdown, and the Lightning now just poured it on, opening this one up in the third quarter.
That fooled me. I thought they were going to latch it right in the middle of the line. Next thing I know, I see him streaking down the left side.
60 yards on that touchdown, and boy.
And cameraman Adam Tilson says it fooled me. Almost. Wow.
Touchdown plays, that's the second of 60 plus here this evening for Appleton North. As Henwood knocks the extra point through. 41-13. Well, folks, hard to believe that about 15 minutes ago this was a one-score game at 20-13. Appleton North has poured it on since then, leading at 41-13. Let's check out some good news.
Well, let's see. Checking the Brewers score 5-1. Brewers over the Dodgers. On that one, we got some emails coming in. Tom says, we got to get back here. Said arm tackling and poor blocking will not get it done. Turn out the lights, the party's over. Well, I'm not quite sure, but it's certainly looking that way.
Danielson from the 8. Picks his way ahead. And finally will be swarmed under at the 30.
Well, now you need a perfect storm of scoring and unsuccessful onside kicks, and it's not likely, but that's all you got at this juncture. I want to say hello to Debbie. It says, "Go Raiders! You have an update on the Menominee game." It just so happens that I have a final. Rice Lake beat Hayward 41-8. Pulaski, as last we checked, with a field goal pulled ahead, holding a 16-14 lead over the Mustangs.
Hilterbrand throws it out. This is Sage Lewis. He cuts back at the 30, darts ahead across the 35, and is out to the 39-yard line. Gain of 9 for Lewis.
Yeah, Sage Lewis, a sophomore. We've seen him get some action sporadically, and he's not real big, but boy, he's fast.
Lewis goes in motion. They throw it out. Caught. First down and to the midfield stripe. Hunter Lutkins on the reception. That's a gain of 11 and a Hudson first down.
Yeah, Hudson's quick up to the line. They have to be.
Pitched out for Lewis. He's hit immediately and tries to fight back toward the line of scrimmage, but taken down for a loss of 2. Mitchell Cambray, the stop for the Lightning.
The clock continuing to run here.
Danielson in motion. Slant. Carls has it, and he has a first down as he's down inside the North 40 to the 38-yard line, a gain of 14.
And we're seeing that offensive spark that we saw early in the game in the first half. And they are moving the ball.
Same play, same result. Carl's the catch. And he fights his way down to the 29. A gain of 9 sets up 2nd and 1.
Well, unfortunately, by not getting the first down, they're not going to be able to stop the clock, and we're going to end the quarter.
So we are through 3 here at Appleton North. Your score, the Lightning 41, Hudson 13. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, fans, as we are set to begin quarter number 4 of this level 1 playoff game. Things are not looking good in Raider Nation right now. 41-13, Appleton North.
Yeah, and it was a 20-7 game that we drew to 20-14. Things were looking good there, but it's been all Appleton North since then.
As we begin the quarter, Raiders do have the football, 2nd and 1 from the Lightning 29-yard line. Danielson comes in motion. Hilterbrand to throw, going deep near side, intended for Danielson, but the pass out of bounds, incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 1.
We do have an update. Menominee has pulled ahead now, 20-16, with a 40-yard touchdown pass from Jake Ebert. That's been back and forth all night between Menominee going in ranked number 6 and Pulaski ranked number 3. Keep an eye on that one.
And a flag here at the snap. And encroachment on Appleton North, so Hudson gets the easy first down via the penalty.
We'll take that one. Say hello to Karina, mom and little sister Sloan. Shout out to son and big brother number 46, Tornado Torrin, and my husband and daddy, offensive line coach Ted. Let's go, boys. That one coming in from Karina. Yeah.
Incomplete, intended for Danielson. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line.
And Danielson had such an outstanding first half, but really has not been much of a factor here in the second.
Hilterbrand throws, and over the head of Pierce, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, we got a flag that came in late. I don't know if it's unsportsmanlike. Unsportsmanlike on Appleton North. That'll be a first down. Correct? Yes. I don't know if something was said or what.
So that penalty will take it half the distance to the goal. Well, actually, they mark it off 10.
Hudson's got a strike here.
After the penalty, 3rd and 2.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, nobody really seems to have much idea what's going on right now.
Well, now they're marking off more yardage.
And I thought it should be halfway to the goal.
Yeah,
And
there
there we go. We got
okay.
it. We got it to the right yard mark now, and so it is 1st and 10 Hudson from the 13, we'll call it. Lutkins goes in motion, handoff. No, they fake to Miller. It's Hilterbrand picking his way up the middle. He's inside the 10, down to the 7. Second and 5 coming up.
And time is of the essence for the Raiders.
Inside the 5, Kaiser Hilterbrand picks up 4 more. It'll be 3rd and a yard for Hudson, just inside the 5. Option pitch, Danielson to the 5, to the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown Hudson, 5-yard run for Cole Danielson, his 2nd of the night.
Well, you got to start somewhere. And we'll have to see if Hudson goes for the 2.
And they do.
And they do. You have to at this point.
Hilterbrand throws, and it is incomplete. Short hopped by Danielson, so 41-19 our score.
It's kind of a quick hitter off to the right side. And now the Raiders are going to have to try an onside kick.
Yeah, I think everybody knows that one's coming. 10:56 to play in this one.
And Appleton North successfully did do it. And I think that's what really completely opened the floodgates.
Yeah.
When they were They successfully executed that. I don't think anybody was thinking onside kick. And it bounced off a Hudson player. And they were able to capitalize on that, and then it just, it's just gone completely downhill from there if you're a Hudson fan. Unfortunately, they really needed that 2-point conversion, didn't get it. But if they can convert an onside kick and score again, I mean, we're talking best case scenario here. But with the season hanging in the balance, sometimes it's all you can hope for and grasp for. Trying to think how if Hudson's ran an onside kick this year. I'm not sure.
I think they tried one last week after they scored.
They did. You're right. And you're trying to do a late game comeback like this one.
10 players up for Appleton North. Ian Latch, the only one back. He's at the 20. Dan Zulli will attempt this one for Hudson. And he pushes it all the way through. This will be a Latch from the 17. We've got some flags. Not sure what that's all about. His knee was down when he picked it up, I guess. So,
which means he's down.
So Appleton North will start 1st and 10 from their 18-yard line.
Okay. Well, you got to pop one loose here. Hudson elected not to go for the onside kick attempt, and he pinned Appleton North fairly deep in their own territory.
Again, that inverted triangle. And this time it is handed off. Gain of 1 for Latch. 24 carries for him tonight, 157 yards. The only thing he hasn't done is score a touchdown.
I go back to that naked bootleg. Boy, was that run well.
Yeah. 2nd and 9 Lightning, of course, they are
using up all the time.
Very willing to let time roll off the clock, up 22. Handoff and Balk. Those quick hitters, he's been impressive on those, and he's out to the 25-yard line with a gain of 5.
Third and 3, 3rd and 4. We have to make a stop here. They're just playing power football.
And Robinson milking that clock for all it's worth prior to this 3rd down play. Handoff Balk. He's hit immediately and driven backwards. It'll be 4th and 3 for Appleton North.
Well, they're going to obviously punt it away, so Hudson's going to have another opportunity. We're under the 9.5-minute mark here in quarter number 4.
Credit Jonah Becken with the tackle for Hudson. That will result in them getting the ball back, but that clock running.
We'll
be under 9 minutes before this is snapped.
If we ever needed a return to the house, now would be the time.
Low snap.
Low snap.
Nearly blocked. I don't know how he got that one off. Dalton from his 40. Little shake and bake. Flags come
They're going to get blocked in the back.
And instead of starting in Lightning territory, Raiders will get marched back inside their 40.
It's been that kind of night, Joe. A bad snap.
Dalton came up limping there, but he appears to be fine going off.
Bad snap. If we could have jumped on it, think of the field position we could have had. Got it off. Got a decent return, only to be negated by a penalty.
So Raiders will start 1st and 10 from their 32-yard line. 41-19 Lightning.
Well, we got to put it in the end zone. Helterbrand's the guy that can do it.
Danielson.
There you go. We're gonna have to work the sideline.
He's out of bounds. Where are they spotting that one? That is going to be a first down pitch and catch out to the 43, gain of 11.
Raiders had good luck with that, just quick hitter out there. Get some blocking out in the front, and it's worked.
Danielson in motion, and now we got a flag prior to the snap.
Did Danielson go early? Yeah, false start.
So first and 15, Raiders now from their 38-yard line.
8:36 to go.
Helterbrand going for everything, intended for Pierce, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Bad snap to start with.
Nate Tway back defensively that time for Appleton North. Thought he got interfered with.
We're in 4-down territory, obviously.
Second and 15 for Hudson.
Oh.
And incomplete pass. Hunter Lutkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 15.
Well, Hudson's obviously very rattled. I mean, they've got a huge hill to climb and not a whole lot of time to do it.
Helterbrand flushed from the pocket, trying to buy time. Now throws it back to the middle of the field, and it is incomplete, too high for McDevitt. Now
Pass
a flag
interference.
does come in. He was definitely hit before the ball got there.
The question then is, was it a catchable pass? But apparently they felt it was, and Hudson can take everything they can get at this point. That'll be 15 yards. It's not from the spot of the foul. It's 15 yards. An Appleton North player is down here on the near left side. So they're going to talk it over here. Flag still down on the field.
And still no indication
I mean,
if there was a penalty or if it's been picked up. The ball's back at the original line of scrimmage of the 38. As getting helped off the field here is Wilson Zuck.
well, what's the penalty here? Yeah, it's pass interference, defensive pass interference. Well, the clock obviously is stopped. 8:13 to go.
So it is pass interference,
interference.
and that, as you said, is a 15-yarder, and that is enough to give Hudson the first down. And moves the ball into Lightning territory to the 47-yard line.
Score update with 6:04 left in the game. The Kimberly Papermakers, 4-time defending Division I champions, all over Chippewa Falls, 41-7. Chippewa Falls knew they had a heck of a task ahead of them, traveling to Kimberly tonight. Looks like the season's going to be over for the Cardinals.
Danielson comes in motion, another low snap. Helterbrand steps up in the pocket. Now we got some room to run. To the 40, lowers the shoulder and drives ahead close to a first down.
Is it? Well, he must be just shy of the first down.
It will be second and short.
Yep. That's too bad they would have stopped the clock, too, had he gotten it just an extra yard.
Helterbrand to Pierce, first down to the 29-yard line, gain of 9.
Well, Hudson is not content to go quietly into the night, even though they're down 41-19. They're driving. They can score and, maybe pull an onside kickoff.
Stacked receivers near side, McDevitt to the far side. Hilterbrand toward the end zone, intended for Carls, incomplete, overshot him. Devin Blom in coverage. And we've got an injured Lightning player, a flag on the turf as well. Getting helped up is Liam Kate.
He's going to come off. We're going to wait for the call here. Well, they holding on Hudson.
And so the holding call is going to move the Raiders back to the 42. Does remain first down, but now first and a 23. Set up the screen to Pierce. Pierce cuts it to the outside, spins, and is taken down at the 37. That's only a gain of 5. It'll be second and about 17.
Lightning, yeah. Lightning had a good rush that time in, just trying to set up a bubble screen to Pierce. Got a few on it.
Pierce dropped it.
Oh. Heard steps.
Would have got about half of it back there. Coming in coverage was Nate Tway. 3rd and 18.
Yeah, the ball was there, but he might have been hearing steps as the North defender was closing in fast, ready to lay a hit on him, but was unable to bring it down.
To the left side, and that one is intercepted. Tyler Burling down the sideline. And he brings it back into Hudson territory. 6:45 to play in this one, 41-19 Lightning. And they have the game's first turnover.
Well, you know, Hudson forced to go almost exclusively to the air, trying to cut into this 22-point deficit, and had a drive going, but after that penalty, it just went backwards with the holding penalty.
Lightning spreading things back out here. First and 10 from the Hudson 48. Lodge on the handoff up the middle, and to the 44 with a gain of 4. 25 carries for him tonight. He had 109 on the season, so he's a quarter of the way nearly to that total.
And, of course, Appleton using all the time between snaps that they can.
Another handoff, and Lodge busts through the line, and he is going to sprint to the end zone. 45-yard touchdown run for Ian Lodge. And if there was any doubt remaining in this one, that has been erased.
Well, you know, time and again, it did these big plays. Set up by good blocking. The speed is clearly there. And Appleton North sealing the deal, looking to move on to play Bayport next week, which, by the way, we did get a score update here. Bayport has beaten De Pere 49-0, which is exactly the score they beat them by, 3 weeks ago?
Henwood's kick is good. 5:53 to play. Lightning 48, Raiders 19.
Yeah, you're just you're clearly disappointed here. You know, when it was 20-13, when Hudson closed the gap there early in the second half, early in the third quarter. you definitely had hope. That they had put a very good drive. It was a one-play drive, but they cut into that lead, and defensively they had been able to stop Appleton North, but it's just been all Lightning since that time. Julie emailing in says, "Go Ben, you guys can do this." It's going to be a heck of a task now.
Well, a touchdown run puts Ian Lotch over 200 yards rushing in this ball game.
It's like the Stevens Point game last year and even the year before that. And his name escapes me. Kozlowski, Kajewski.
Yeah.
Had just a huge game.
Colton Kazewski.
Colton Kazewski, thank you. Not only last year, but the year before, too. Just huge games and big-time runs in key situations. We're just unable to stop him, and the same happened here tonight.
Line drive kick. Danielson from the 10. And Gang tackled at the 25. Well, we are entering the final few minutes of a varsity career for a number of these Hudson Raider players.
And despite the fact this playoff game here clearly didn't go how Hudson wanted, it's been a very successful season nonetheless. It truly has. We're going to finish this one out, and then we can.
That is, I thought was incomplete.
Yeah, so did I.
They're going to talk it over. I had no doubt that was forward. It'd be a travesty if they give this to Appleton North, and they do.
You got to be kidding me.
Of course, that's. I don't know how you can call that one a lateral.
No. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the rule, if the pass goes backwards, it's a live ball. So if you miss it and it's just sitting there, it's just like a kickoff. It's a live ball. Well, Danielson dropped it and, didn't aggressively go after it thinking, okay, it's an incomplete pass, only to be ruled a backwards lateral, which it wasn't.
So the Lightning get the ball back at the Hudson 24-yard line. Oliver Crane on the carry for Appleton North. As Lightning have the second string out there now.
Yeah, that turnover was really, really tough.
Gain of 3 for Crane, 2nd and 7. Clock on the move, down to 5 minutes. A keeper, the new quarterback, is Matthew Scheckelman. He is just a freshman for the Lightning.
Sounds like your first varsity experience to be in a playoff game, and clearly Appleton North has this in hand. That's you don't see that very often at this with schools of this size.
Scheckelman gained 3, 3rd and 4. Hand off to Crane. And Crane tackle shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and about a yard.
And they're just gonna go for it here. Cody Sika on the tackle on that one, putting an end to what was a fine career for Cody Sika. And they jump.
And the Raiders jump. That'll give the first down to the Lightning.
Well, the Raiders are just looking to get out of here at this point. It's the second half kind of avalanched in on them after they closed the gap to 6. You know, in big plays and an unexpected successful onside kick and a very well-run naked bootleg for a 50-yard scamper. And, you know, they just Appleton North really commanded things after Hudson closed that gap.
Handoff went to Crane on first down from the 11, and Crane advances it to the 10. It's a gain of 1. Three minutes and counting left to play in this one. They fake to Crane, they swing it out. This is Watson, and Watson is into the end zone with his third receiving touchdown of the evening.
North really pouring it on now, coming off that turnover that Hudson had deep in their own territory. And they're going to match, I think, their top offensive output of the season with this touchdown.
11 receptions tonight for Watson. They've handed it to him twice.
Yeah.
Henwood's kick is good. So this game, after the kickoff, we'll go into running time. We'll have the finish of the season for you after these messages. Welcome back, fans. 55-19. It has been a tremendous honor to bring you Hudson Raider football this season, and especially humbling knowing that this is the final night for the seniors, and we'll take it in numerical order on this playoff roster that we have this evening. Jakes Asembo, Ben Carls, David Miller, Carter Riley, Rocco Hubert, Jacob Dalton, Colin Kemper, Charlie Pierce, Alex Miller, Kaiser Helterbrand, and we'll continue after Cole Danielson picks up this loose ball. He's got some space. Danielson across the 30, still on his feet, and dives across the 40. Excellent return. Other seniors include Cole Danielson, Quentin Bates, Hunter Lutkins, Easton Belland, Jonah Becken, Cody Sika, Max Reynolds, Josh Kabanek, Ben Gilbert, Gabe Mackey, Hayden Pahachik, Carter Reimer, Alex Giebler, Alonzo Madsen, and Mike Munich.
Yeah, you know, and several of those guys, not only did we enjoy them this year, but several played a key role in that very solid team Hudson had last year. And, you know, we've been doing this a long time, and we've seen a lot of teams and a lot of players. And one thing I will have to say, and it's unfortunate this is going to end tonight here, but quarterback Kaiser Helterbrand is one of the top high school quarterbacks that I have seen in many, many years of calling high school football. I think if he wants it bad enough, and you know the path is right, and he's willing to do the work, that he is a guy that can play at the next level and be successful. I do believe that.
Flags at the snap. Illegal procedure Hudson, as Andrew Ross is in at quarterback now for Hudson.
You know, some of these other seniors, I want to comment on them as well as opportunity permits as we wind this one up.
Pitch to Danielson. And Danielson out to the 40-yard line. He gets 4 yards back.
And there's another one, Cole Danielson. Cole Danielson did not play football. He had a very good sophomore season. Chose to sit out his junior season to concentrate on hockey. Came back for his senior season. Had a very solid campaign. And we'll definitely miss him as well.
And illegal procedure is going to be called again on Hudson.
Some of these other, Ben Carls leads the team in receptions, comes into tonight with, I believe, 43 catches on the season. Did some kicking, did some kick returns. Tremendous season. Jake Assemble as well. Not real big. Defensive secondary had a very good senior season.
Ross on the keeper, sheds a couple tackles and dives out to the 44-yard line. Nice run of 9 there for Ross.
You're talking about Jacob Dalton, one of the senior leaders. And we want to thank his father, Ron Dalton, for everything he's done as president of the Benchwarmers Club, amongst a host of others that have worked with us with this broadcast. And thank you so much.
Ross's pass is incomplete, intended for Colin Kemper. And it'll be 4th and 7 for Hudson.
I'd be remiss, without pointing out Cody Sika. What a great season from his linebacker position. Probably will be all conference. We're going to run this one out. We have some good guys coming back as well here, but we really want to concentrate on the seniors. Ben Gilbert, Gabe Mackey, like you said. Max Reynolds, 2 years as a starter from his linebacker position. Easton Belland, part of that very good defensive secondary unit. Quentin Bates. There you have it. That's Rocco Hooper played very well, as did Carter Riley. A tough way to end the season, but all good things come to an end, as the saying goes. And why don't we take a break and step back and put the cap on her.